What's up, Rube? It's Little Big Robots back with another video. I'm not on my normal mic and my normal setup right now, so it's going to sound a little bit different. I wanted to just kind of make a quick video quick video. Before I do, please subscribe if you like two Little Big Robot videos each week. Wednesdays and Saturdays are typically when I put them up. Let me get up. Oh my gosh. And this time I wanted to talk about something I'm working on real quick. So if you followed me before, you would know that my normal shelf layout I had in my old videos was probably 5 or 6 equivalent of these shelves. Clear glass, black and glass. Glass was nice because you could use one light source and it would cover the entire shelf. It was really nice, or at least it helped spread the lights out. In this case, after moving from Texas all the way across the United States to a state that is literally twice as much for rent, for food, for everything. Gas is probably almost 3 times as much in some places. We decided, instead of renting a home or buying a home, which is about $1 million, to just get an apartment like we were kids again. Isn't that weird? Anyway, I'm down to 2 shelves here. Now, if you want to see the rest of our shelves, I will link in the description my wife's doll collection. It's in the living room, and that'll give you an idea of where most of the shelves are concentrated. But she has a lot more than I do. Or I should say that a lot of my toys can basically be stored in a pretty haphazard fashion right now. In fact, I can show you real quick. I'm going to just go around the corner here, and this gives you an idea of what I'm doing right now. So I've got all my model kits up top. I've got just tubs of stuff, heaviest ones on the bottoms, really light ones on the top. And I've got another 2 closets filled, not this big, but half closets, like a normal size closet. And then I have some little stuff in the garage downstairs. But really, this is what I'm working with now. I'm getting to the point that I'm going to have to start considering getting rid of stuff, which is fine. I have a lot of stuff to get rid of. By the way, you might hear my cat going to the restroom while I'm in here. But anyway, so this is some of the stuff. Right now I'm organizing this drawer. These are heads, backpacks and stuff. I'm organizing hands right now. And then these drawers, this is a toolbox, which is really good for organizing stuff. These are all full of really cool, some of my favorite action figures and stuff. So, you know, you can see I got to pull out my excavator for the beach. You know, go down to the beach and live near the beach and use that on. I think that'd be really funny. So that's my closet right now. Switch back around here. You've got the mini toys, and then only these 2. I went ahead and put the cat shelf in here because they love that window, and also I like having them near me. So I'm relegated to just this little tiny area. Now what you're seeing I'm doing here is I'm using containers like this, which I'll show you real quick. These you can get from IKEA for dirt cheap. And you can store, of course, but then you can turn them upside down and use them as like a riser. There's Frankie. So what I'm going to do today is take a shelf like this and basically reorganizing it using some very basic things. What you need to get, just go get you a sheet of this. It's 1/2 inch thick, or I forget what that is in millimeters or whatever. Foamcore. Foamcore is amazing stuff. I use it for my little... I don't think they put it in millimeters, do they? Anyway, go to Michael's. Do not go to Hobby Lobby. Go to Michael's. Pick some of this stuff up. Get you a cutting board. Get you a nice razor with... Put you a new blade in it every time you really cut 2 or 3 pieces of this. It dulls these blades real easy. Get you a nice little pencil like that. Get you a good T-square. T-square is invaluable. That's my wife's T-square when she was in design school in college. Even it's... really pay for a T-square. Also, it's fun as a kid. You can play with it like a toy. This all depends on how you want to do it. I've got one shelf done already, and I'm going to give you an idea of what it looked like before. So it looked pretty plain. As you can see, I had room to grow. And then here's what it looks like now. So all that is, and this, it gets you, and get you a nice hot glue gun if you can. You can get a cheap one if you want, but a nice one's always worth it. All that is are pieces of foam core. I'm using, I think these are 4 inches wide. Again, I forget what it is in metric. That is, what is that in metric? About 10 centimeters or so. That's what I've decided on. I tried 6 inch at first, this width, and while that may work on some shelves, What I noticed is on this shelf, the Providel here, this guy here, it sticks out too far to allow him to sit on the shelf. So if you don't have a lot of big guys like this, or if you don't have any, and you just have smaller guys, try the 6-inch wide shelf, or whatever fits your plain white IKEA shelf like this. Here's some tricks you need to remember though. So basically, you're gonna always have. Oh my God, I'm trying to do all this while holding the camera. So you're always going to measure from the same side. So if you want to do a 6-inch shelf over to here, measure from this side. Put your little T-square here, like that. Measure from that side, put 6 inches up there, 6 inches up there, and then cut from the same side. So if I cut from here, I used a T-square and I cut. But the reason you want to do that is as you cut, you do get little micro kind of changes and stuff, and you end up with a crooked part. It's not a big deal because it's just going on your shelf, but you know, you want to keep it as straight as possible. What's cool is you can be left with a piece as small as this, and then you take a little small piece like this, you set it on your shelf, you say, I want it at least this tall, you know, you kind of put your thumb there, and you can bring it back down to here, and you go, oh, that's about 7 inches or whatever. And so measure out 7 inches on these guys and cut 2 strips of 7. In fact, you can cut 1 strip and then just move that strip on top of this one, kind of like this. So you, let's say you cut it, you take this out, you lay it on top, and then you mark it using the top on piece. That way it's quicker, but also it's going to be level to this piece. Because if you cut this piece off a little bit, at least this one is the exact same height or whatever. So then you just literally take those 2 pieces and set them in there and set the shelf on top. Now, what I've done before a million times, but I've learned lessons with it, is if you're just doing light model kits like this, just set, this is just a loose, as you can see, I don't want to rock it too much, but that's just a loose piece of, but as you can see, it's pretty sturdy. I just put this about in the middle of the shelf. But if you wanted to, take your hot glue gun and just put a dot, oops, I'm trying to do this one-handed, put a dot right here, boop, focus, there you go, put a dot right here, boop, and then just stick it on the underside of that shelf, right in there, boop. And then that will give it a little more solidity. Is that the word? And then you might, if you really want, because a lot of these cheap shelves, they just have this cardboard backing. Take this, let's say this is the back of your shelf, just put a couple dots here, boop, 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 1, 2, or 3, even just 2, and just stick it to that paper for now, because you can peel that off. It might hurt the foam core a little bit. It probably won't hurt the backing, but it's just a cheap shelf. It doesn't matter. And that'll make it a little more solid. Here in California, we have to worry about earthquakes. So if I get an earthquake, this is all coming down. I'm prepared for that. So I try to put stuff that's breakable down low. So if it falls, it's not going to fall far. And I'm on this gross carpet floor. It's brown carpet. I hate this carpet, but it's clean. So I don't think it'll get hurt. Like these Space Marines and stuff, when I redo them, they'll probably go up high because you could drop them from all the way on top and it's not going to break. Really, if it does, you just pop the parts back in. The My Build stuff, I might have to keep down low, maybe even lower, because if those fall, those will shatter a little bit, but really not on carpet. So I'm planning on this is giving me extra space. If you really wanted to, you could even bring the shelf out further, cut a piece that's just as wide as this shelf. In fact, you could take these shelves off, because they should pop out. I can't remember, but anyway, you could just measure it. Cut a piece exactly its size, or just, and then just slide you a piece of foam core in there with a couple of supports, and that's all you need. If it's the 1/2 inch, it's definitely going to hold for quite a bit of weight. Now, if you have these heavier guys like the Marines, I would probably make the shelf a little less wide on the inside and put wider supports. So you see how thin those supports is? I'd probably make them twice as wide to support the entire thing, and maybe even make one and stick it in the middle with just a spot of glue and maybe a spot of glue on the shelf. A spot of glue on this is going to come right off of the hot glue. It's not a big deal. Hot glue works with foam core really, really well. So my next project is going to be this. What I'll do, since I already stopped this video, I'll go ahead and stop it here. I'm going to do this one next, and I'll come back and I'll show you what happened with this one. And back, actually, I did something different. I took the 30 minutes kits from down there and I put them in here, or vice versa. So there's what it looks like with just a quick, it's a little wonky because of the weight distribution. But looking at it now, because this is going to be my figurized standard kits along with bear guys. It's my fun shelf, that was my first bear guy. So my wife loves these things. I've been collecting them for a while. So this is definitely, and look, I got more room to grow. So because these guys are going to be on stands, I've got all this room here. I could put 3 or 4 more because there's 3 or 4 more I have yet to build and buy. I need to put Android on a stand so she doesn't have to use a little bear guy to stand up. She can stand on her own like that, but you can put this guy right here so you have more room. So I've planned it out appropriately. Her halo actually is helping keep up the shelf. You can put a little, like I said, put a little stick of glue on there, just a little hot glue, and it'll hold up plenty of weight. For these lighter kits, heavier kits, you need to, you know, like I said, make these a lot wider. So on the 30 minutes missions shelf, I definitely redid it a little bit, but you can see I still have room to grow on that. I can fit some more kits up there. I've got about 8 more to collect to complete the collection of it so far, not including some of the other kits that, like for the armored core kits and stuff like that, which I don't know if those count as 30 minutes missions, but anyway. So now I'm just going to redo my Come For Arts figures kits, so or toys, so they can kind of go on their own little thing. That does okay with the Gundam Universe stuff, minus that, but Gundam Universe does okay. I'll probably build shelves for all these little miniature shelves. I definitely need it for my growing collection of Arch Core. So that just gives you, it's just a little quick, little fun project. Foamcore does everything. Foamcore is amazing. So go get yourself some Foamcore and see if you can clean things up a little bit. Be aware, one thing real quick, if you build a shelf like this and it's higher up, if you're looking down on it like this, you're going to miss some of the stuff here. So you might want to consider that for these things. Like I on the lowest shelves, you might want to keep stuff that's tall, like maybe the Space Marines or something that you won't necessarily miss as people look down. You don't want to have to get down to see everything. But other than that, also these are going to be good for, you can run lights through these and stuff. You can do all sorts of fun stuff with foam core. I'll probably do some lighting next. So anyway, have a good day, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.